Because you need to know now.
This is Dayton's News and Talk, WHIO.
Just want the radio on. Okay, I see we need to kill 2 hours.
Who is this clown?
First name, Todd.
That show, off the radio.
Do you listen?
He makes me laugh.
He's tolerable.
You can hear for yourself.
5 o'clock every day.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call me now, 937-457-1290.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Monday through Friday, 5 to 7, live stream on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. It's Friday, and I was in the mood for a little KC and the Sunshine Band, so there you go. Hope you've got some fun weekend plans. Tonight on the show, we've got, you might have heard Ron mention it there in the news, another bear sighting. James Brown in the newsroom the other day said, hey, you need to start keeping track of the bear sightings like you do cars crashing into buildings. I don't know about that, but got some mail call. We've got a trio of entertaining breaking the law stories. Criminals sometimes not the brightest and do some strange things, but we've got some stories about that. We've got Dumb Ways to Die, and exciting night here on the show. My intern, Will, who's a local high school student and an aspiring comedy writer, has come up with a new feature that he's going to do on Fridays called Will's Punchline Report. And think of it as sort of like a Weekend Update on SNL. Here's the news stories. Here's the funny punchline. That's kind of what he wants to do. So, I'm always about giving young people an opportunity to shine, and Will is no different. So coming up after 6:30 tonight, we will have the debut of Will's Punchline Report. 937-457-1290 is our telephone number. Let's get to this bear watch.
We have another
update.
bear sighting.
They say there are bears here.
What the bears? The bald-headed killer bear.
Does this mean he's on the loose around here?
He's a big one, ain't he?
We think it's Bigfoot.
They have this little cute bear.
Nobody is scared of bears.
This is an Evening Edge Bear Watch update.
Roar.
So I get the feeling, I think, and I'm no bear expert by any stretch, I get the feeling from looking at the map that the bear, if it's the same bear, because that's the other question we have. We don't know for sure if all these different bear sightings are in fact the same bear. But if you look at the map in the direction that it's going, the first local sighting that we had was down in Clinton County. Then it was in Greene County. We had one outside of Xenia, and then one in Beaver Creek. And then there was the one in Huber Heights. Now that's Montgomery County. But then we had one yesterday in Clark County. And then confirmed today, Champaign County. So it seems like he's maybe this bear, and they're pretty sure it's a male bear. This male bear came from somewhere south, probably West Virginia, in southwestern Ohio, a lot of wooded area, more so than what we have here. So that bear could travel through southeastern Ohio with and not be spotted. You just kind of go right through the trees. But then when you get here, you've got more cornfields, you've got more open space, you got neighborhoods, the whole deal. I think this is probably the same bear, and it's heading north. And I've heard that they will do that. That lots of times they head north in the summertime. Why they go to the north, I don't know. But there was another one, and I think that makes now seven bear sightings, if in fact you are keeping track of your bear sightings. And then this is kind of related. It's just bear related. I saw this story, and it kind of caught my attention because of what we're experiencing here in the Miami Valley. This is out in, the White River National Forest near Aspen, Colorado. The parks people there, the U.S. Forest Service, say that on June 9th, there was a family that was camping at this particular park. And mom and dad were in one tent, and the two kids, both under the age of 12, in the other tent. And at some point in the night, a black bear discovered the camp and started tapping on the side of the tent with the kids, and apparently punctured the material, kind of ripped it. But the bear did not get in the tent. The bear just wandered off. So after that happened, and by the way, kids didn't say anything to mom and dad until the next day. Believe me, if I was in a tent and I was awake, and I don't know if they were or not, but I would imagine that would have woken them up. If I was in a tent and I thought somebody was outside like a bear, I'd be yelling. I'd be calling for mommy and daddy. No question. But after this happened, the Park Service moved everybody away from the campground, and everybody that was camping moved them to another part of the park because of this. The bear has a curiosity now. And I was thinking about, it's summertime. It's really, really hot out right now. So kids are probably not out doing their backyard camping adventures. Some people will do that in the summertime. They put up the tent in the backyard. The kids go out. They spend the night outside. If you live in the area where these bear sightings have been, maybe think twice about that. I'm just throwing that out there. I'm not trying to scare anybody. I'm just giving you some food for thought. If you're in the Champaign County area and maybe your kids are thinking, "Oh, we're gonna camp out tonight," maybe not. Just something to ponder. I want to give a shout out to my buddy Tim Grinstead. He's a friend of mine I've known for almost 40 some years. He's he lives locally. We went to school together. We played soccer together. He sent me a photo that he shot today in Xenia. He was driving in his car, and he got behind a minivan. Looks like maybe I can't tell what that is. An Odyssey? That could be a blue minivan. And this was in Xenia. The minivan was driving down the road. Probably it looks like maybe 35 Main Street as you're going into Xenia. And a gas pump handle and part of the tube is hanging out of the side of the car. And I asked people online, I said, give me a good, what did they get distracted by? Or what were they in the hurry for? Why were they in such a hurry that they couldn't, remove the gas pump from the side of their car? And I had a couple of people mention that, we've all seen this kind of thing before, pictures of it. But I've not seen anything like that locally with my own eyes. Somebody said that they thought this may have been at the Sheets in Beaver Creek. Somebody commented that they saw somebody do that today at the Sheets. I think it was in Beaver Creek. And I think it was today. He said maybe this is the person I saw earlier at the Beaver Creek Sheets who forgot to. Did they make it all the way from, if that's true, all the way from Beaver Creek to Xenia with a gas pump stuck in the side of their car? A, how do you not recognize that? Because it was on the driver's side. You know, if you're driving down the road, at some point you got to look in the rearview mirror on the side of your car. You wouldn't see that? And then what about other people that see that? Is the driver of the minivan so oblivious to other folks and other cars trying to wave them down? Because I would 100% do that. First of all, I'm thinking this could be dangerous. This could be a real dangerous situation. I'd be, waving my hands and trying to get their attention. I would assume that other people would do the same. Now, my friend Tim, he just took a picture. So good for him. But yeah, and I don't know what would be so distracting that you would forget to take the pump out of your car. My guess, and this probably happens on very, very hot days and very, very, very cold days. You think about it. You stop to put gas in your car. It's hot as hell, like it is today, and has been the last few days. And you're like, you know what? I'm not going to stand here for 10 minutes or however long it takes. I'm going to get back in the AC and inside the car. Right? Okay. You're in the AC. At some point, do you just go blank and go, did I get out of the car and take the pump out or not? Or do you just, I'm just going to go. You forget where you're at. Maybe it's heat exhaustion. Maybe the heat's getting to you. But I'd be curious to know if it happens on really hot days and really cold days because people are trying to seek shelter instead of standing out there by the gas pump. But I'm curious how this happens. How do you forget? You're not supposed to leave the gas pump, by the way. You're supposed to stay there. So it's just very odd. Curious if anybody else saw this. They said somebody else commented they thought they saw him in Xenia, maybe around the Walmart. So maybe this is a Walmart pump. All the gas stations in Beaver Creek and Xenia, if you haven't already, go out and check and make sure all of your pump handles are there. What am I listening to now?
What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Fill it up, folks.
Double D.
H. Double L.
S-T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
Just like the tube, the hose, the handle. Here, I'll show you the picture. I don't know if you're able to see it, but see? Sticking out. There it is right there for all the folks on TikTok. Yeah, that's an excellent point. I wonder if anybody's ever done that with an electric car. Drove away from one of the Tesla Chargers. I bet somebody has. 100%. Hi, Jamie. How you doing? Oh, I have no idea, Ashley. I don't know. I would imagine it would have a sensor. Yes, I did, Ashley, and we actually we have somebody who might be interested already. Wow, David, that's crazy. uh Not surprised. Not surprising. I didn't see it on TikTok, Ashley, but I saw the story earlier. Guess she intentionally hit an 18-wheeler and then pulled out a chair.
It's at 5:30 now. Back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 at 95.7 WHIO.
Now, to get back to this show.
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. So next Thursday and Friday, it's going to be a busy time for yours truly because of the 4th of July. Thursday night, I'm going to be at the Salvation Army Kroc Center. Starting just after 7 o'clock, I'm going to bust my butt after the show's over. And by the way, my wife is going to be on the show, I think, next Thursday, Mary. And then we're going to go down to the Kroc Center, and I'm going to be there for the big July 3rd Independence Day block party. It's going to be this is great because the Kroc Center is right across the street, basically right across the street from the Kettering Fields. And that's where the City of Dayton's Lights and Flight fireworks display are going to be taking place. So next Thursday night, I'll be at the Kroc Center. There's going to be free food, a DJ, bounce houses, outdoor games, and of course, the big fireworks show, City of Dayton fireworks show at 10 o'clock. And then on Friday, I'm going to be out in Beaver Creek. And I got an email today. You might remember a couple of weeks ago, I was trying to find somebody that had a convertible who would take me, let me ride in the back of their convertible for the parade. And I had a really cool listener, Tony, contacted me. He had a convertible, a really nice vehicle, and said he would do it. But something has gone wrong with the car, and now we don't have a convertible. Which, look, it happens. It happens. So a week from now, I would love to have somebody who has a convertible to step up, who would be willing to spend a couple of hours with me next Friday on the 4th of July for the Beaver Creek parade, or I'll be walking. Right? Maybe I'll just be marching. But either way, if you'd like to be in the parade and you want to give me a ride, you give us a call, 937-457-1290, or shoot me an email, eveningedgetodd.com, and we will hook it all up.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst. Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Isolated storms remain possible. I'm Chief Meteorologist Austin Cheney. My forecast is coming up. This traffic report is sponsored by Crisper Tire and Auto Service. Expert brake repair you can trust. Make sure you can stop when you need to the most. Get a little peace of mind by making an appointment today with your trusted brake repair experts at CrisperTire.com. And the right lane block on I-70 westbound with a disabled vehicle just past the airport access road. Looking at traffic there now, looks like it's flowing just fine. Lane restrictions westbound 35 approaching 675, causing a bit of a slowdown at this hour. You're going to be on the brakes at about Fairfield Road. Picky? I didn't get picky. I think I only had like 3 people call. What I need is the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile. That's what I need. No, I wouldn't be duct taped, but maybe I would be attached to the Wienermobile somehow. I don't know. Could happen. Maybe I will call Steve Van Gorder at SVG Motors. The Diamonds van. Yeah, I don't think the folks in Beaver Creek would appreciate that. Monkey Man? What? There's some event at the Phrase where there's going to be Monkey Man?
Seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7, live stream up on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. I just heard a commercial there for an event going on at the Phrase in Kettering. Kids Fest 2025. It's circus themed, it's family fun. But what I heard, and is, I don't know if this guy's local, but somebody called Monkey Man. So I pulled up the listing here. Kids Fest 2025, family-friendly festival with circus-themed activities. Enjoy roaming entertainment, magicians, stilt walkers, and jugglers. Meet and interact with Monkey Man and his monkey pal. Well, this sounds interesting. There's a gravity-defying midway show, high-flying aerial acts, juggling, and more. Wow. Gates open at noon. It's a free community event. So there you go. Kids Fest 2025 over at the Phrase this Sunday. That sounds like fun. Hey, Monkey Man's going to be there. We got some mail.
Back up and yellow jack, and it's time for mail call.
Master, I have mail for you.
The Fat Man.
Oh, I'm a big fan of yours.
The mail is here.
Your hate mailbox is full.
If you'd like to send me an email, it's eveningedgetodd@gmail.com, or you can message me on most of the social media platforms at Evening Edge Todd. Hey, Todd, did you see the story today on WHIO.com? A woman who was eating a taco while driving on the highway rear-ended a cop, and it was so bad they had to take the cop to the hospital. Could this be an instance where a taco was kind of used as a weapon? Have a great weekend. Love your show. Elise in Centerville. No. So here's the gist of the story. There was a woman, this was in Wisconsin somewhere. It was late at night. She had just gone to Taco Bell, and she was driving on the highway, traveling about, the cop says he was traveling about 60 miles an hour. And in his rearview mirror, he saw a car rapidly approaching from behind. And at some point, she hit the back of the car, causing an accident. And when they questioned her, like, what happened, this woman who's 41 said she was eating Taco Bell while driving and wasn't paying attention when the crash happened. Now, if you've listened to this show for any amount of time, you know that I believe that food ought not be used as a weapon. That is not proper use of food. Food is not a weapon. But I'm talking about actually using the food as your weapon of choice, right? Instead of throwing a hammer, you throw a hamburger, that kind of thing, right? Or you throw a chicken leg at somebody, or a waffle. You throw a waffle like it's a ninja throwing star, one of those little Legos. You just zip it across the room, hits them in the jugular, that kind of thing. But no, simply eating tacos or a burrito or a chalupa or whatever she was eating while driving and causing an accident, I would not call that a weapon. But good try. We got a update yesterday, or a update rather, on the car into a building yesterday. So this happened yesterday morning near Decker Avenue in Dayton. It was around 1:00 in the morning. And yesterday, this was number 53 for the year, cars crashing into buildings. Now, we're not adding another one, but yesterday the details were pretty lean. There wasn't a lot there, other than the fact that a car hit a building near Decker Avenue. So we have more details, and I bring it up because there's drama. Police are looking for two people after witnesses say they ran from the scene of an SUV crashing into a local home Thursday morning. As I said, it happened around 1:00, 3400 block of West 2nd Street near Decker Avenue. A black Chevy Tahoe was traveling on West 2nd when the driver lost control approaching Upland Avenue. The SUV went off the road, hit his fire hydrant, and continued across the street before crashing into a home. It created a large hole in the west corner of the home. Fortunately, I guess nobody was at home at the time. Says the owner was not present at the time of the crash, so that's good news. Witnesses told cops that they saw the driver and passenger leave the vehicle, grab some items, argue with each other, and then run from the scene. Wow. The SUV was towed, and the Dayton Fire Department provided structural support for the damaged corner. So that fills in a lot of the blanks from yesterday's story. I mean, there was some real drama, and I wonder what they were arguing over. Just over the fact that they crashed the car into the building, or if there was some sort of other disagreement between the two. Maybe they were arguing whether they should flee, whether they shouldn't flee. Who knows? But we've got some, speaking of breaking law, we got some breaking the law stories here. These are great.
Breaking the law. Breaking the law. Breaking the law.
This one is an Indiana man. This guy's from Evansville. Have you ever had a dispute or an argument with your significant other over where you're going to go for dinner? This is one of those things that sometimes Mary and I, my wife, we don't argue, but you can sense the frustration, right? You get a little frustrated because you're sort of relying on the other person to come up with a dinner idea, or in this case, she's thinking I'm going to do it, and we both can't come to terms and figure it out, and there's frustration. Well, it happens. It happens. Cops in Evansville arrested a guy on intimidation charges after a dinner dispute escalated into gunfire. Wow. They responded to shots fired call on a home on Maxwell Avenue there in Evansville. According to the victim, she was arguing about dinner plans, and the male brandished a gun. The victim said a struggle ensued over the weapon, leading to a shot being fired into the ceiling. Wow. So, yeah, I mean, look, if you know what my wife and I have sort of come to terms with, if for some reason we can't come to an agreement over where to go for dinner or what to do for dinner, we just fend for ourselves. You be responsible for you. I'll be responsible for me. It's very simple. You don't have to worry about, anybody else's expectations. You just do your own thing. And they do their own thing. And then everybody goes home happy. There's no gunfire. This story is from San Francisco, or near San Francisco. A man from San Bernardino area was arrested after he stole 85 koi fish from a local restaurant. This restaurant has been there for 30 years. And for 25 years, they've had this big koi pond. The restaurant features various animals, including this koi, which is part of their history. The owner says she noticed the koi population decreasing and reported the theft to police. They used security footage, identified the guy, and arrested a 42-year-old man at his residence. They recovered 5 of the missing koi. One of which has died. That's sad. And then they found additional evidence linking him to the crime. Apparently, there is some sort of underground koi trade. And I guess that makes sense. I mean, you can get all kinds of crazy wild animals on the black market. You just have to know who to ask, where to go. It's probably on the dark web. But the remaining koi are believed to had been sold. A koi, I had no idea. A large koi costs $225. There's a couple of restaurants. I think wasn't China Cottage down on 48 in Centerville? I think they have koi, right? Right outside. Now, are koi there year round, or do they do? They're year round? You don't have to like bring them in the. You would think they would get frozen in there. But maybe I don't know. I have never had a koi. And then the last break in the law story. This is kind of entertaining. Not for the people who own the house, but have you ever been to an unauthorized party? This happened in Weddington, North Carolina. 37-year-old guy who was a landscaper working at this $4.3 million mansion decided to throw a party at the mansion while the owners were gone. And he put the invite out on social media. Hundreds of guests showed up, mostly teenagers and young adults. Somebody nearby complained to the police because of the noise and the traffic that all the cars were causing. Cops showed up. At first, This guy's name's Michael Brown, claimed to be the owner of the home, but then later admitted he was just the landscaper. He's been charged with several, crimes, including breaking and entering, trespassing, contributing to delinquency of minor and others. Despite the charges, Brown maintains his innocence, claiming the event was just a graduation party for his son and his son's friends. Yes, at some millionaire's home that you don't live at. He also expressed confidence that he would continue to work for the homeowners with his Brown's Dream Team Landscaping. You think they're going to keep him around to trim the hedges? Probably not.
What am I listening to now?
What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Fill it up. T-O-double-D-H.
Oh.
Double L.
S-T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
I like the idea of the van, Dennis. Though we have a van, it's a kind of a creepy van. Maybe I'll go in the creepy van. You know what we could do is maybe we get a what could we do? I know a guy who works for a tow company. Maybe we could get the tow truck to tow the car that was supposed to drive me in the parade.
Yeah.
Drive a bus. That's a good idea.
Plumbing Studios. Breathe easy. Choose McAfee. Call today or visit mcair.com. WHIO FM Pleasant Hill. WHIO Dayton, Ohio. The birthplace of aviation.
Another bear sighting here in the Miami Valley. We'll have the latest at 6. Now back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 at 95.7 WHIO.
Come on, back to the show. The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
You crashed your car. In local news, a spectacular car crash.
House.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Well, I got to give a shout out to Sherry. She, Edgehead Sherry, she just sent me a message. Well, actually, it looked like she sent it about 19 hours ago. I just saw it. That yesterday in Springfield, there was a vehicle that hit a McDonald's on Dayton Springfield Road. And the fire department was on the scene at the time. I'm curious if anybody saw this and we can get confirmation, or if maybe there's photos of that somewhere. Because if that's true, that would be number 54. But as I've said before, we need to have some sort of photographic proof. If it doesn't end up in the news, like on WHIOTV.com or some other website, we can't just trust somebody's post. We have to confirm it. If anybody knows McDonald's, Dayton Springfield Road, hit by a vehicle, let us know, 937-457-1290. And I mentioned this a little while ago. I'm going to be in the Beaver Creek 4th of July parade next Friday. And the gentleman who had volunteered to drive me in his convertible let me know that there's some issues with his convertible, and he's not going to be able to drive me. So if you have a convertible and you'd be willing to hang out with me for a couple of hours on 4th of July and be in a Beaver Creek parade, that would be great. Though I just had a thought. A friend of mine works for a tow company. I wonder, just hear me out. I wonder if we could get my friend to drive the tow truck and we could tow the car behind that was supposed to carry me. That might be entertaining for the people, right? Something to think about.
What am I listening to now?
What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Coming up, folks.
T.
Double D.
H. Oh.
Double L.
S. T.
I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
Dayton's news and talk depend on it.
If anything unusual happens with breaking news, traffic, or weather during the hour, we'll stop what we're doing and break in because you need to know now. This is Dayton's News and Talk, WHIO.
Hey, welcome to the show. Who is this guy?
He's a local boy.
His name is Todd.
He's a talker.
You know, like on the radio?
I mean, for entertainment.
Yeah, that's one word for it.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call me now, 937-457-1290.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Oh, Todd, you got off the couch today. So we're gonna give you just a little bit of praise. A little bit of praise just for you. Well, you actually got off your couch today. You know we gotta give you praise. Sing that name. Sing that name. Oh, Todd, we praise you.
It is the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Coming up this hour, we've got, we got A Dumb Ways to Die. We've got, this is great, just after 6:30. My intern, Will. It's the big debut of his new feature, Will's Punchline Report. Will is an aspiring comedy writer, and he's in high school, and he reached out to me and said, hey, I'd love to work on your show. Can you find something for me to do? I said, sure. So he's here, and he's got this new feature. And it's basically, think of Saturday Night Live Weekend Update. He's going to give you a couple of lines from a news story, a news headline, and then he's gonna pound us with comedy. That's what's going to happen. I'm very excited about that. That's coming up, 937-457-1290. Last few nights I've been talking about this, and I feel like I've let the Evening Edge listeners down, and I'm going to apologize here.
I'm sorry. So sorry.
I keep teasing and promising that we're going to have this guy from Seattle I mentioned a few nights ago This is the guy who dresses up as a squirrel, a giant human-sized squirrel, and he pays people $22.68 an hour to allow him to come to their backyard and feed him peanuts. And I saw this flyer online. It's legit. It's the real deal. And he and I have been trying to communicate and trying to put this together. At first, he said he could do Thursday. Then he couldn't. Then he said he could do today. And then he couldn't. I feel like I'm being ghosted by this squirrel. He's putting me off. I mean, he's got his own Instagram page and everything. If you go look at Squirrel Watching Seattle, you'll see him in action. But unfortunately, I don't know. But I promised that he was going to be here, and he's not. So what are you going to do? 937-457-1290 is the number. Let's talk to, why is my mouse not working? My mouse is not working. Hang on. My mouse has stopped working. Yeah. Ian, put line 1 on. Hey, Billy, how you doing? And Troy?
Okie dokie. Not as good as you, Todd, but I'm trying like that.
Well, I've it's been a kind of a crazy day. I lost my ride for the parade. The Squirrel Man isn't going to be on the show, and now my batteries in my mouse died. What else could go wrong?
Well, I might be able to help you out a little bit on one thing.
What's that?
I've got a 23 Corvette.
Ooh.
It's not a convertible, okay?
Okay.
But the part of the top does come off. So I'm willing to give you a ride in it for the parade if it's at 6 p.m. The 4th of July.
Yeah.
And let me tell you a little bit about this now.
Okay.
Because I think you look good in it.
Oh, okay.
All right. I'm retired Air Force.
All right. All right.
On the driver's side, I have a KC-135, a B-52, and an F-15 with a picture of my girlfriend on the back quarter panel. And that's the Statue of the Liberties, by the way.
Okay.
And on the driver's side, I have battleships and bald eagle.
Interesting. Huh.
I mean, it's not the easiest thing to get in and out of, but if you
well, have you seen me? Look, if it's anything like trying to get into a space capsule, you can forget it, because I am not going to fit in a space capsule. Somebody suggested maybe a motorcycle and sidecar, and then someone on the live stream said, "Do you think you could fit into a sidecar?"
Most people just have a hard time getting in because of the leg room for their knees.
Right. Well, see, here's the thing. This is why I'm interested in a convertible, because when you're in a parade, you want to be able to wave to people on both sides of the road. And when you're not in a convertible and you have to sit shotgun, as they call it, I kind of feel like the other side is getting left out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they'd have my ugly face to look at.
Billy, are they going to the parade for that?
They're going to the parade to see my car.
This is a family event, Billy.
Yeah, they're going to the parade to see my car. I'll be in the Troy parade that day, that morning at 9 o'clock.
Oh, so you have some parade experience.
Yeah, I've been in, I don't know, 3 or 4, maybe 5.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna have Ian put you on hold, and Ian, will you get his phone number? Get Billy's phone number, and I may be in touch. Well, I've already had a couple of people make offers, so I just want to see what is easiest to put together. Okay.
Yep, that's fine with me, young man. Have a good evening.
Well, thank you, Bill. I appreciate it. Yeah, put him on hold and get his number. We'll see what happens. We have a Dumb Ways to Die.
Dumb ways to die. So many dumb ways to die. Dumb ways to die. So many dumb ways to die.
When we do Dumb Ways Today, I always mention this. We are not making fun of these people and their untimely demise. We are merely sharing their story as a cautionary tale for you when you're out and about running around in the wild. You need to pay attention, because if you're not, death could be waiting for you around any corner. This is a theme of Dumb Ways to Die, this particular story. And over the years, since we've started doing this, I've lost track of the number of times this has occurred. There are two sort of incidents that happen repeatedly. The first one, and this isn't the story, but the first incident, we've had probably 5 or 6 deaths like this, where somebody is horsing around with a like an air compressor hose, and they put it in their rear, or somebody puts it in their rear, and they turn it on, and it blows air into their butt, and they die. This happens. I know Ian and Will are looking at me like, what are you talking about? It happens. It happens, and it's happened a number of times. Usually in India, for some reason. I don't know why there. But the other thing that happens, and this happens here in the United States, people look at those big thrift store donation boxes that you see in parking lots, right? And and I don't know if it's sometimes, candidly, sometimes it's somebody who's homeless, and maybe they're looking for clothing or what. I've seen that happen before, where they climb in, they get halfway in, and they're going through clothes trying to find something, maybe a coat, shoes, whatever. And they get stuck and they get trapped and they can't get out, and they end up suffocating. And this happens quite frequently. Well, it happened again, this time in Crosby, Texas. It happened Wednesday. Cops said a man died after he climbed into a large donation box and became trapped. This happened around 1:30 in the morning, roughly 20 miles northeast of downtown Chicago. It doesn't say when they discovered the man trapped in the box. It could have been the next morning. I mean, if it's nighttime in an empty parking lot and somebody gets in there and they get stuck, man. The fire department there in Crosby, Texas, responded to the scene, attempted to extricate the man from the box. Eventually, they were successful, but they tried to perform CPR on the man, and he was later pronounced dead at the scene. And this happens. And I remember a year or so ago talking about this on the show, where Mary and I were out in Huber Heights, and we were at the Hobby Lobby. You know where that is? That Hobby Lobby out there in Huber? Is that 202? I think it's on 202 maybe. Yeah, I don't know, 201 or 202. I always get those confused. But it was the one closest to 75. Either way, it was the middle of the day. We had just gone in there to find some highly discounted crafts, and we see some guy jump into one of those donation boxes. And his head, his whole front torso's in there. His legs are dangling. And immediately I grabbed my phone because I want to get video of this, but he was too quick. And he pulled a shirt out. He pulled out a shirt and then put it on. It was quite remarkable to see. But that, those folks are sometimes in a tough situation. I get it, but that happens way too often. Way too often. Real quickly, I know we have a break here, but Ian, will you put line 1 on, please? Since the battery in my mouse is dead. Hey, Jennifer, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Now it says here that you may have a car for me to ride in on the parade.
I do.
All right. So what kind of
depends on what you're looking for.
What kind of vehicle is it?
It's a Ford Mustang.
Oh, what color?
I'm sorry?
What color?
Oh, it's white.
Ooh.
And it's got tan top.
Okay, so it's a convertible. We put the top down. Now, Jennifer, would you be driving it?
If you would like me to, I would love to.
All right. So let me ask you this: your vehicle's white. I have some signs. We won't stick anything on your car, but would you have any issue if I like hung some signs on both sides of your car so people know who the hell I am?
Heck yeah! No, I wouldn't have any issue at all.
Okay. All right. This is a possibility. This is a good possibility. Jennifer, I'm gonna put you on hold. Ian's gonna get your phone number. All right.
Okay.
And I will contact you.
Okay. Wonderful.
All right. Thank you. There you go. Yeah. Get Jennifer on line 1. See, now this is what I'm talking about, and we've got a couple other people on hold. They want to talk about maybe giving me a ride in the parade. I love it. What am I listening to now?
What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment. Spell it out. Double D. Double L.
S-T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
Now from the WHIO News Center, the 3 big things you need to know. A black bear is sighted in Urbana after sightings in Montgomery, Greene, and Clark counties. Heat advisories continue for the Miami Valley until 8 o'clock tonight. And a Dark County man is facing murder charges after his grandmother dies in a fire. Full details on these stories and more next scheduled newscast coming up at 6:30. I'm Ron Otto, WHIO Continuing News.
This traffic report is sponsored by Grismer Tire and Auto Service. Expert brake repair you can trust. Make sure you can stop when you need to the most. Get a little peace of mind by making an appointment today with your trusted brake repair experts at GrismerTire.com.
Lane restrictions has traffic on westbound 35 down to 1 lane as you approach 675. Not causing much of a problem as it did earlier in the week. A crash on North Dixie and Republic Drive near that PNC Bank in Harrison Township has cops on the scene.
Yes,
and an earlier accident on northbound Route 4 near Valley Street, not causing any delay at this hour as well. I'm Will Harris, WHIO Triple Team Traffic.
Isolated storms taper off overnight down to 72. I'm Chief Meteorologist Austin Cheney for WHIO.
Where's the place to be this summer? Outside, under the stars, enjoying free live music at Levitt Dayton. The 2025 Eichelberger Concert Series is bringing the beats. Rock, jazz, country, and more all summer long. See who's playing at levittdayton.org.
Sunnyside Plumbing.
Hi, my sink is draining really slowly and...
If your call is important,
Now, Dennis, that's a great idea.
Call is...
Thank you. Sorry about that. Thank you. Sorry. Buttons. The battery started working again. So wasn't showing up on the screen. The little cursor. Buttons. We need some sort of character. Some sort of like Buttons character. Like a little cartoon. Captain Scurvy, that's weird. I mean, in all seriousness, no, I don't know anybody would have blocked you. That's weird. I don't know what's going on.
More perks for some, but not all Costco members. We'll have the latest at 6:30 now. Back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
All right, we got to get back to the show.
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Right now on my Facebook page at Evening Edge Todd, you can vote on the name of the pizza, the Evening Edge inspired pizza that will be debuting at some point at Roscoe's Pizza in Corwin. We came up with 10 finalists, and there's some good ones there, and you can go to my page and you can vote on which one you would prefer. Ultimately, I will make the final decision, but giving you a chance. Chris in Washington Courthouse. What's up, Chris?
Hey, Todd, this is Puerto Rico Chris, is what I call myself at WBNO Radio down in Greenfield. But I have a 2004 Mitsubishi Eclipse Spider. Thought you might be interested in that, isn't it? It's,
Interesting. Now, let me ask you. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Finish what
It's a
you're saying.
convertible. It's got a black bra. It's very nice. I call it the poor man's Porsche.
Okay. All right. Now, you mentioned you go by Puerto Rico Pete. Is Chris?
No, Puerto Rico Chris.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you work in radio?
I have in the past. Worked
Okay.
with BNU. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that's interesting. I'm going to have Ian get your number, and maybe I'll give you a call. Okay.
Sounds great.
All right. Huh. Interesting. So far, I think Jennifer might be in front. I like the idea of a white convertible that I could put some signage on. But I'll think about it. What am I listening to now?
What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Oh, and by the way, Will's Punchline Report is coming up.
I can remember that.
Debut of my intern's new
Seriously
feature.
funny.
I'm puzzled by
Come
the whole
on in
thing.
here,
On
Will.
WHIO.
Come on in. I don't like this bullying of Captain Scurvy. So here's what I'm going to do. I got one more call. Wants to say something about a car. So I'm going to take that car and then I'll come to you. Okay. Are you nervous? Don't be nervous. Okay, good. An El Dorado would be nice. Yeah. I wouldn't, you know what I would really like? I would like an El Camino. If somebody had an El Camino, I could put like a lounge chair in the back. A chase lounge. Dee, 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 dee.
If anything unusual happens with breaking news, traffic, or weather during the hour, we'll stop what we're doing and break in because you need to know now. This is Dayton's News and Talk, WHIO.
Don't give me that politics, Jazz. It's not my racket.
People are tired of hearing nothing but doom and despair on the radio.
Everyone just relax, all right? The problems of the world are not in my department. Now, who would like a cookie?
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call me at 457-1290.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7, live stream on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. In a few moments, it's the debut of Will's Punchline Report. My 17-year-old high school intern, aspiring to be a comedy writer, got a gig working on this show, and this is going to be a big night. But we'll get to that here in a second. Next Thursday night, I'm going to be at the Salvation Army Kroc Center for their big July 3rd block party. Starts at 7. Well, it starts at 6. I'll be there just after 7, right after the show. And there's going to be free food, a DJ, bounce houses, outdoor games, and, of course, a front row seat for the City of Dayton's Lights and Flight fireworks display, which will be launched from Kettering Field right across the street. So it's going to be a good night for that. So if you're looking for something to do to kick off your holiday weekend, next Thursday night at the Kroc Center down at Salvation Army. And then on Friday, I will be in Beaver Creek for the Beaver Creek 4th of July celebration. It's WHIO teamed up with Beaver Creek for this Independence Day celebration. I'll be in the parade at 6 o'clock, and then we'll be down at Rotary Park afterwards. A couple of us from WHIO will be down there, and there'll be live music, and there'll be food trucks, and there'll be fun for the whole family, and of course, fireworks. But I mentioned this earlier, the convertible that the gentleman who, Tony, great guy, very wonderful person, but his vehicle's having some issues. And he said, I don't think I'm going to be able to do this. And I don't want you to be, stranded. That would be embarrassing. You're going down the parade in your car. Oh my gosh. So he's like, I'm not going to be able to do it. So we're trying to find somebody who would, maybe with a convertible would be willing to do it. And we've had a couple of great offers, and we've got Chris in Piqua who is calling in. Hey, Chris, what's going on?
How you doing, Todd?
I'm doing well.
Listen to you every night.
Well, thank you. I'll take that as a compliment.
I've just been sitting here waiting, getting ready to go out and mow our local VFW.
Okay.
My charity for 20 plus years.
Well, that's awesome. Thank you for your volunteerism.
Okay. What would you think about riding in one of the oldest cars probably in the Miami Valley?
Oh, well, what are we talking here?
It's a 1917 Oldsmobile.
A 1917 Oldsmobile?
Yeah.
So, okay, well, I'm going to Google this real quick because I have no idea what a 1970 Oldsmobile looks like. Hang on, Oldsmobile. I'm looking, I'm going to see. Oh my gosh. That is sweet.
Well, I can tell you this much. It has no top on it anymore.
Okay. All right.
Because
now,
this car is all original.
Now,
and
what?
The top rotted away.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. I mean, it's over 100 years old. Now, what?
It's $8,000 to put a new top on.
Oh my gosh. No, I wouldn't do that. So what, now could you drive it from Piqua to Beaver Creek, or do you have to put it on the back of a trailer, or what are we talking?
It would have to be on a trailer because it'd probably take me 3 hours to get there.
So, I mean, do you have the trailer for this, or is this something we got to work out?
Well, you said you had a guy that had a.
Well, I do have a friend that works for a tow truck company, but I don't know that I would be able to swing that. So, all right. Well, what color? Let me ask you this: what color is it?
It is oxblood red and black.
Ooh, that's sharp. I'm looking at a red 1917 Oldsmobile right now, and that's a sharp looking car. Well, I'll tell you what. Chris, hang on the line, and I'll have Ian get your phone number, and let me give it some thought over the weekend, okay?
Okay, I appreciate that, and I have taken it around the country mile. It fires right up. It goes down the road.
Okay.
It's beautiful.
Okay.
I get a lot of people that stop me.
Well, I would imagine it's a beautiful car. I mean, the pictures I'm seeing, that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
It is one best of show at several shows.
Awesome. All right. Well, hang on, Chris. We'll get your details. You know, I was thinking what I would really be cool is if somebody had an El Camino. You know what an El Camino is? It's part truck, it's part car. It's like it's my grandma and grandpa had multiple El Caminos because they worked out on the farm, but they also like to take the car into the city. It looks almost like the front of it might look like I wouldn't say a Cadillac, but I mean, it's a pretty nice looking front part of the car. And then in the back, it's like a pickup truck. And my thought was if somebody had an El Camino, maybe we could put a chaise lounge in there. Like that picture of me with the rose in my mouth. And I could just pose on the back of the El Camino in the chaise lounge and wave to the folks of Beaver Creek. What do you think? 937-457-1290. All right, the time has come. The time has come for this young man. His name is Will. He goes to a local high school, and he wants to be a comedy writer. And he reached out to me at the end of his school year and said, "Hey, Todd, I'd really like to work on your show. Is there anything I could do?" And I said, "Sure. Why don't you come on in and we'll figure it out?" So Will, say hello to everybody.
Hello.
So this is Will. And we've come up with this feature. He wants to be, like I said, a comedy writer. He loves SNL and he wants to write for them. So I suggested, what about some sort of news deal, right? Because I cover news stories.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, what about, going through a bunch of news, finding some headlines and giving us a punchline, a little bit like a Weekend Update.
Yeah, exactly.
That is like one of the most iconic features on that show.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, every show has Weekend Update. So we're going to call this Will's Punchline Report. And I'm going to judge the punchlines. Now, I've told him this is all in fun. I don't want to see any crying. Okay? No crying. No crying if I don't like your punchline.
I promise. No crying.
So let's get to the open first here. It's Will's Punchline Report.
I know every punchline.
Okay, I'm waiting for the punchline.
Oh, you want to hear the punchline?
Well, I guess that's why they call it the punchline.
What's up? Punchline. Get to the punchline, man.
Now, here's Will. So we have a canned recorded response for either yay or nay, which we will play here after you get through it. So how many jokes do we have? How many headlines?
I have 5 headlines.
5. That's a very tasty, tangible number.
Mm-hmm.
So all right, let's give it a rip here. Let's hear number 1, please.
Number 1. McDonald's has announced that it will stop selling Krispy Kreme donuts at its stores. This after the donuts were deemed too healthy to be sold at McDonald's.
I like that one. All right, let's hear the next one.
Number 2. A food truck owner in Toledo was arrested for slashing the tires of 2 rival food trucks. Not to be outdone, the victims gave the slasher's truck a bad Yelp review.
That was good. That 2 for 2.
Thank you.
Those are pretty good. All right, let's hear the third one.
Number 3. A family in the Czech Republic has been charged for running a fake dental clinic and watching YouTube videos to do procedures. Police became aware of this after a patient complained that their treatment was paused due to several unskippable ads.
I like that one too. My God, you are killing it. You are killing it. Thank you. Let's hear the fourth one.
Number 4. A man in South Carolina was arrested after leading an hour-long police chase in a tractor excavator, which drove at a max speed of 3 miles per hour. This to show slow and steady doesn't always win the race.
You almost had it. I just needed something else, but not bad, not bad. I mean, I get the line. But that's all right. It's all right. Like not everyone. Look, when you go into a writer's room on a TV show, right?
Yeah.
There's going to be a million jokes put out there, and they're going to pick a few. They're going to pick. One of my biggest influences was David Letterman, and when they would do the top 10 list, they would come up with, first of all, they'd have 20 different categories, right? And then they'd narrow it down, and then they'd want items for the list, and they might have hundreds of them, and they pick 10. So not every single one's going to be solid, but that wasn't bad. Wasn't bad. All right, let's hear the last one.
Number 5. A woman in Wisconsin was arrested for getting distracted by eating Taco Bell while driving and crashing her car into the back of a police cruiser. Just another rear end destroyed by Taco Bell.
Oh my God. That was good. Good job.
Thank you.
Good job. 4 out of 5. That's pretty good. Yeah. Great. Well, we'll do this. Next Friday we've got the it's 4th of July. I won't be here, but we could do it Thursday if you want to come in. We can talk about it.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Thank you.
What am I listening to now?
What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Fill it up.
Really good job. I like that.
Double L.
T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO. WHIO, Dayton, Ohio, the birthplace of aviation.
Hot and muggy, but not as bad this weekend. We'll have the latest at 7 o'clock. Now back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
Back to the show, everybody.
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream up on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. I meant to get to this last night, and we just ran out of time. Remember a few nights ago, I was talking about the Arizona Diamondbacks player Ketel Marte. He's the guy that broke down on the field in tears the other night after a fan yelled something inappropriate, and it was about his mother who had died in a car accident a couple of years ago. And I just didn't get to this last night, but Major League Baseball has banned that fan from every stadium. And like I said, it's like, look, you may feel like you have, your rights to free speech, and you can say whatever you want to whomever you want, whenever you want to. And maybe on some level you do, but as this guy has found out, you have to live with the consequences. And he's not going to be going to any more baseball games this year. And who knows, maybe he won't go to any more baseball games, at least Major League. I wouldn't let somebody like that back in ever. Banned for life, buddy. All right, well, there you go. Thanks for watching, and thanks for listening. You can get the podcast of the show at eveningedgetodd.com. All your favorite podcast platforms. Oh, and don't forget to visit the Evening Edge merch shop, thetoddshop.com. T-shirts and hats and sweatshirts, which is perfect for a day like today, but they're available. And a portion of the proceeds go to a local charity through my friends over there at Titan Graphics on Need More. So have a great weekend, and we will see you back here on Monday just after 5. Oh, and again, my wife, she will be on the show next Thursday.
Well, that's all, folks.
Put a fork in me. We came, we partied, we conquered.
Is that all there is?
Yeah, that's all she wrote.
Next time will be better.
Well, at least you tried.
Thanks for listening.
Until next time, we'll be seeing ya.
All right, folks. Thanks for watching this week, and we'll talk to you on Monday. Be safe out there.